Manchester United won, Brentford 0, a game that was totally controlled by Manchester United, though not a lot of chances created to kill off the game. But obviously, we won that game of football by 1-0. All what we deserved, all what we wanted as Manchester United was a win of any nature, having played 3 Premier League games without a win, losing 2, and obviously drawing 1. 2 losses, 7-0 to Liverpool, 2-0 2-0 to a side called Newcastle, and then a draw of 0-0 at Old Trafford. All what we needed was a win of any nature, and secondly, scoring a goal, because we had taken 3 games without scoring a goal, and that was really bad for a team like Manchester United that have really gone ahead to really show to it that they can get this job done and dusted every time it is really required by the team of Eric Ten Hag. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So lots of things happen at Old Trafford, and Scott McTominay was one of those that we never even saw really putting in a shift, but obviously he put in a shift. He was one of the best performers today on the field of play because he made close to 3-4 blocks. He won the L duels, and obviously he never did the mistake he did last time of giving the ball away that resulted into the first goal that Newcastle scored against us. And I think he had some good moments into that game of football, but obviously the most important thing is we are back into the top 4. We are back into the top 4. 53 points now, level with Newcastle, 2 points ahead of Spurs. Remember, Spurs had played 2 games more than us, and here we are. And here we are as Manchester United going further. 2 points ahead of Spurs, and no one can really stop us from really being into that 4th spot. If at all we win our other game we have in hand, will be 5 points of Spurs. That is really something great. And for your information, we are really a team that is going to hate to really prove that we can really turn around a bad result. You know, Brentford is a team that really has a very high rate of really hitting us on the break. Amidst us playing a high line throughout the entire game, no single time Brentford really had a chance to really do the needful and really hit us on the break. I think Ten Hag read them well, and he had a very good master plan that worked out for the club of Manchester United. Now, the clean sheet we kept is also something important because we have been conceding very many goals. That's it. We've been conceding very many goals. So at Manchester United, in our last 10, before we went into this game, we had really kept 7 clean sheets. Now, in the last 11, we've kept 8 clean sheets at Manchester United. And guess who helped us to keep the clean sheet? It was David De Gea. Did you see that save that he does when he was really exposed to a one-on-one situation, and then he even went down? I thought that he had even gotten an injury, yet he hadn't. He really made a very brilliant save. That is David De Gea, and we kept a clean sheet. And guys, when did we last keep a clean sheet? In the game of Southampton, but it was goalless. You know, a clean sheet when we've not won is nothing to me, because I rather get 3 points when I've conceded a goal, but getting a point and not really conceding a goal, to me, it doesn't make sense. But obviously, to me, I believe a man known as David De Gea played a very wonderful job. And this goes all out to all people who are really so much attackive onto David De Gea. Guys, let's admit, this is the very first time David De Gea is playing as a ball-playing goalkeeper and as a ball-sweeping goalkeeper. That's it. He made 2 mistakes. In the first half, he gave away a ball sloppily. If at all I'm not mistaken, he gave it away, and obviously we almost really were exposed. That was the first time I think Brentford get into a box, and in the second half, he hit that ball on Ivan. Was it Mbeumo? And it went in, and it went past the sideline or the byline. So I think it is going on improving slowly and slowly. Distribution was okay, and every game he shows you that he's adding something else to the team of Manchester United. But that save he makes, he never had a lot of work to do on the field of play, meaning that we really closed down Brentford very well. And on only one occasion did Brentford find themselves in a position of obviously getting through our defense. And obviously, Ivan Toney raised that shirt number 9 they bought in from Germany, and he faced David De Gea, and David De Gea pulled a very good one-on-one save, and he kept us into the game. And obviously, you have to credit David De Gea for that save he makes. If he doesn't make it, guys, we just find ourselves into a very, very weird situation of really looking for another goal to win, and that would have made a game more and more hard, because Brentford leveling you around the 60th minute. Oh, it's hard for us to go ahead and really do the needful and really stop them from really coming in through to really cause the necessary damage to the team of Manchester United. So to me, I believe that lots of things are really going to hate to happen at Manchester United, and we need to give them the respect they deserve. But the most important thing is that we've gone ahead to collect those points that we are really needed. 3 points we are badly needed, because I know my friend known as Nachitende Esther. She's one of those who really came out and said that top 4 is really in a very, very hard space, because we found ourselves in a situation of really not winning against Newcastle and Southampton. And he said that maybe we had really gone ahead to bottle it up. But I believe that wasn't the case. We never bottled it up. And I think you see to it that we are back in the top 4, and nothing is going to stop us from really doing the needful and obviously going into the needful. I'm trying to get in the footage of David De Gea and how he really saved that ball. Then he was really brought down to an injury, because I need to show you how David De Gea made a very important save that really kept us into the game. It was around the 75th minute when David De Gea made a decisive save into this game. It was a very beautiful save. And this is where a goalkeeper who's a good shot stopper really comes in and helps you. Now, a sweeper and a very good goalkeeper distribution, does he really find you in a position of really saving you from really conceding that goal? That's a huge question that most of us we should be answering here onto the United Matters channel. Because when you look at this, let me flash it on your screen and you see it. When you look at this, it was a one-on-one situation. And see, David De Gea just does the save that was really very much required in that required period of time. And that is what you really get from David De Gea. One-on-one, shot stopper, very good goalkeeper. And after really stopping it, there was a collision in between him and Skade. You see, there was a collision, and when they collided, guess what? David De Gea went down, and I thought that, oh my God, what is this? David De Gea has gone down. Why should he go down? Why should he find himself going down? Because we don't need such irregularities in our game, because the goalkeeper that was on the bench is Butland, and I don't trust him, because I've not seen him on several occasions coming in through and really trying to save us on several occasions. He is an experienced goalkeeper in the Premier League, but you cannot rely onto him. You can't rely onto him when it comes to such games. So I just kept praying and I said, oh God, let this not be David De Gea going down and obviously getting injured after making this decisive save. It was really so much important, and he needs the most required hails into this game of football, because we never looked like we're going to score a second goal. You know, in the second half, chances were a little bit there. Fred came close and really hit it above Bruno Fernandes. But when Anton Martial came in through, things really changed altogether. Our front three came back to life, and obviously we played a very brilliant style of football. But that save that David De Gea makes in the 75th minute just keeps us into the game, and obviously we just close the game down and obviously win it by 1 goal to nil. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in your honor daily. Before we go into more of what happened in the field of play and to go into your comments, I would like to show you how the stats were. 18 shots by Manchester United. Brentford had 6. Out of 18, we only had 3 shots on target. That shows you that our precision and composure in front of goal was really lacking. For Brentford, they had only 1 shot on target. I've just shown you when De Gea really denied them a chance to level the game. 66% ball possession by United, 34 ball possession by Brentford. It shows you that in the second half, we really had to drop off a little bit, because in the first half, we had 71% ball possession. That's it. And they had 29, meaning that in the second half, we dominated it a lot. And a little bit in the second half, we invited them a little bit into the game of football. And obviously they did. 85% passing accuracy. And obviously Brentford had 76% passing accuracy. 613 passes completed by Manchester United. Then Brentford completed 319. For that, it was okay. 8 fouls by 8 fouls by Manchester United, 13 by Brentford, 3 yellow cards to Manchester United. One went to Luke Shaw, the other one went to Bruno Fernandes, and the other one went to Scott McTominay. Then we had 2 yellow cards for Brentford. I think Nordgaard was one of those that really got yellow carded. The other one I cannot recall. 0 red cards to both sides. 3 offsides to Manchester United and 1 to Brighton. 12 corners by Manchester United, and out of the 12, 9 came in from the first half. It shows you that in the first half, we really had the hunger to win, and obviously Brentford had only 3 corners. But I would like to go ahead and really take kudos to the Manchester United team, because the way we defended today, we defended as a unit. We defended as a unit. I saw Sancho tracking back. I saw Anthony tracking back. But even when Rashford was put back onto the left side when Martial came in through, he tracked back, though at a point X, he found himself in a position of not really tracking back and knowing that maybe Malacia and Lisandro Martinez will take care of the situation. But Lisandro Martinez was left exposed. That's it. So I think that's the only time I saw Rashford not really tracking back. He led the line, scored the goal, and let's talk about one of the players that really excited me today. That is Martial Sabitzer. Martial Sabitzer was really one of those players that really came in through and obviously played a very good game. Again to that Old Trafford, his second game at Old Trafford consecutively after scoring against Fulham. Remember, we last played at Old Trafford in the FA Cup, and he returns and puts up an assist. And guess what? This time around, Erik ten Hag played him in a more advanced position. That's where he played him. He played him in a more advanced position. And it was Scott McTominay and Bruno playing the double pivot, and Sabitzer was played in a more advanced position. I think because of his pace and not getting used to the Premier League yet, he suits more of the central attacking midfield role. That's it. That is Sabitzer for you. And today, I think he was one of those players that really played well today. But in the second half, he looked lost because we never had most of the ball. We looked like we had really lost direction. And it was really looking nasty for the club of Manchester United in the second half. Not until they brought on Antoine Martial and Fred. That's when we got ourselves back into the game of play. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share, and allow me go a little bit into your comments that you've gone ahead to drop into the live chat. And the other thing that I noted today, this beautiful game of football, was all about us dominating the first half. We dominated the first half, and they had nothing to do in the first half. Then, the worrying thing about all that is we only had 1 shot on target. I mean, it's us dominating the first half. We only had 1 shot on target, and it was the only goal we scored. But you give United credit that in the first half, the only shot they had on target crossed the goal line, and it counted. That is it. We made it count, and it shows you that at least we were clinical on the day in the first half. Second half, I think we shared it. We shared the second half with Brentford because they really looked a threat a little bit, but we managed to handle them a little bit better. I'm having Hassan Ekamara. Good luck. Good luck to Woz. We won by 1-0. All right. Thank you very much for watching it through. And Timothy Safa Abu, how was United performance today? We performed well today. We really performed well according to me. But my worry was us really keeping that 1 goal margin. That was really my worry. I thought that would have gone ahead to really look more aggressive and really creating very many chances, because players like Anthony just can't stop doing the same thing again and again. And it said it's only a fool who does the same thing again and again, expecting different results. Because today, instead of Anthony going in for maybe an assist after trying in those colors, he kept going in for those colors on the far end of the goal. That was really ridiculous. And I think Ten Hag kept him a little bit long on the field of play. If I'm Erik ten Hag, I take him off and bring on Facundo Pelestri around the 70th minute, because we needed something else that is coming out the right attacking side of the midfield, and he couldn't deliver. That is it. That is a player called Anthony. He couldn't deliver on the night, and that really annoyed me a lot as a fan of Manchester United. He really did us bad. He really did us bad on the day, and I think he's one of those players that in my player ratings are really going to be rated very, very poorly. Then Hassan Ekamara, we have to inches our scoring power. We have to increase our scoring power. Yeah, but to me, I won't complain about anything today, guys. Remember, we had taken 3 games without scoring. That's it. Us scoring and keeping a clean sheet is really important. It's really important. Even in the game of Southampton, if I don't have scored our chances, would have gone ahead to win it amidst us being 1 goal down. In the game of Liverpool, in the first half, we got 3 chances and we couldn't really capitalize on any of them. If you had capitalized onto any of them, it changes the game. That's it. You get? Which other game? So I believe that good to see to it that we are back onto the scoring ways, and Marcus Rashford has gone ahead to score his 28th goal of the season. Now, his level, I think is it Romelu Lukaku or with Romelu Lukaku or Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who scored 28 goals in a single season post the Sir Alex Ferguson era. And this boy is continuing to make records. And I think has gone ahead to bypass Andy Cole, because Andy Cole had 121 goals. Now Rashford has gone ahead to score his 122nd goal. He has gone ahead to bypass Andy Cole. Andy Cole was one of those goal machines at Old Trafford under Sir Alex Ferguson, alongside Dwight York, Teddy Sheringham, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's it. But I think we can capitalize onto this win and then get more confidence, because we're going to play against Everton on Saturday? It's the early Kickstarter. So I think we are resting on Thursday, Friday. On Saturday, we are playing against Everton at Old Trafford. I'm happy for 3 points collected today. That is Oscar Ogwo. We need to be happy, by the way, you guys, because Newcastle has gone ahead to put 5 past West Ham. They've gone ahead to increase their goal difference. I'm going to show you that a little bit later. They've gone ahead to increase their goal difference, and now they are really very many goals ahead of us. And us, we are now having a 7. That's the goal difference we are having. We're having 7. But the beauty of all of this is that we've collected 3 points. We have 3 points in our hands as Manchester United. And maybe we thought that West Ham would have put there a shocker, but obviously they couldn't. When it was 2-0, they pulled one back, and I said, all right, let's wait and see how it's going to really turn out into the second half. And it really turned out ugly. They conceded more 3 to make it 5-1 for Newcastle. And Newcastle are really level at points with Manchester United, 53, but good to see to it that we are back to winning ways. And I think we're going to stretch. We are going to really make a very good stretch and obviously get in those points that are really well deserved to really keep us running at the club of Manchester United. Now, my brother, I like your analysis of Manchester United. Keep on the good work. Thank you, Timothy Abu. Thank you for watching in. I'm having Alfred Kennedy, Nibigira. They really tried, but goals are missing. If you see the goal difference between us and Newcastle, it's very huge. I think it was all about winning this game of football. You get? Today, it was all about winning the game of football. That's it. But you saw to it that when Anton Martial came on through, we really had a reference point at the apex of our attack. You saw that the game changed. Rashford got so much into the game. Anthony got so much into the game. Bruno Fernandes. Every player came alive with just one substitution that was made of Anton Martial, meaning that we just have to find ways of keeping Anton Martial fit. That's it. If we find means of keeping him fit, then it will really put us in a situation of really winning these games and obviously creating very many chances, meaning that if he had gone ahead to start today, we would have gone ahead to really have more goals, because he only played close to 25 minutes or 20 minutes. That is Anton Martial for you. And to me, I think Ten Hag doesn't want to rush him back. He just wants to see him get into the team slowly by slowly, and obviously do the needful. That means we predicted him starting, and we might not see him start even in the game of Everton. Maybe Wout Weghorst will come in through and lead the line against Everton. Then we find ourselves in a position of having Anton Martial as a dangerous substitute, but he has gone ahead to do his job. You saw to it that when he come on through, our build-up play changed. It changed a lot, and he presses from the front, and he causes a lot of havoc to the players of Brentford, all our opponents. Thomas Donko, greetings from Ghana. Thank you, my brother, for watching in through. Then Hassan Ekamara, wonderful performance today, and we want to see the same thing against Everton. Yeah, I want to see these players fighting. As I told you in the match build-up, that if these players put in the energy, we are winning this game of football. And I think for the very first time in the many games we played at Old Trafford, we've seen United go for the game from the first minute. In the second half, we were relentless. We were relentless. We had unceasing intense, and we really chased them and chased them off the park. We really had more desire than them. We were proactive, and obviously, we showed the focus that Ten Hag requested for at the beginning of the game, and that is something that we need all to go out and really praise these players for, because when they perform well, let's praise them, because I don't see any player that really was poor today like we were in the game of Newcastle. But obviously, being at Old Trafford, and you expect that to really happen. That's the response you have. That's the response you expect from players of Manchester United. Thomas, the boys are good today. They were good today, by the way. They were good today. But my only concern was on Anthony. That's it. He was on Anthony. You know, Tabisan Nyoni, good evening, brother. The boys have done it. Absolutely. Go boys. All right. Yeah, they've done it. And obviously, we are back to winning ways. And now we are left with 10 games to play. And those 10 games, those are 30 points. If we can clinch all the 30 points, we'll be at 83 points. When did we last hit 83 points? I think it was with, is it Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Mourinho? One of those two managers. I'm talking about after Sir Alex Ferguson left. So I think the boys really did a very good job. And I think with 10 games left now, that means we've played 3 games without Casemiro, and his return is just 1 game away. And that is after the game of Everton that we are playing over the weekend. And obviously, I find ourselves in a position of really going ahead to really win the beautiful game of football at Old Trafford. Thomas Donker, they have done well. Obviously, they've gone ahead to really do and put in the shift that was really well deserved. Guys, smash the like button. We are having close to 7 people watching it, and only 14 have smashed the like button, guys. Continue to smash the like button. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, or you've been always watching us in and you've not yet subscribed, continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Tabisan Nyoni, kudos to the boys. All right, kudos to the boys that really got us the result. Then I'm having Kabimbi Isaac. Man, I love the way we play at home, but away it's really worthless. They really don't do much away, but they did. But why did he remove Luke Shaw? Luke Shaw sustained a hamstring injury. That's why he was really taken off. Luke Shaw sustained a hamstring injury, and Erik ten Hag took him off as a precaution. He never wanted to keep him so long on the field of play to see to it that he was really going to damage the injury more and more further. But when Malacia came through, he even made us forget Luke Shaw. To me, my problem with Malacia is simple. He's end product of the game. That's it. He defends very well. He's press resistant. He runs well off that line. But his problem is simple. What is his final product when he really reaches the final third? That's it. I think that's one of the things that should rectify. If he rectifies that, I think he'll have put himself in a better position of really even dislodging Luke Shaw out of the left back position of Manchester United. The reason that's why Luke Shaw is going to have to play very many games ahead of this boy known as Malacia is simple. Malacia doesn't have an end product to his game. His final ball is abysmal. It's abysmal. He needs to work a lot onto it. Though today, there is that ball he has really provided to Anthony towards the D, and he really controlled it very well. But Anthony really did a selfish move. Instead of releasing Delo, he went in for a shot. And that's why I really hated him today, because however much was putting in the shift, running left, right, and center, but I hated the way he really the day, and they would have costed us on any other day. I'm having Thomas Doka. Before the game, Ten Hag said we have to give them the instructions. For me, I think they have followed the instructions. Congratulations to the boys. Obviously, they have, because we pressed very well. The passing was really great. You know, I saw close to one touch. I saw one touch football close to 3, 4, 5 times, and we are being one touching in the middle of the park. That shows you how good Ten Hag really is improving this team. Bruno Fernandes, Malacia, Lisandro Martinez, and was it Sabitzer? You know, that one touching football really gets us into a position of really beating the opponent unaware. But Sabitzer just had one of the good days of his life at Manchester United. And today's performance has really secured him a start in the game of Everton. That's it. Then Hassan A. Kamara, I'm watching you live from Sierra Leone. Thank you, my brothers from Sierra Leone, for watching in. I'm having Hachilala, kudos to the mighty Manchester United, Man United for life. Obviously, the boys have gone ahead to put in a shift. And if we don't appreciate them today, when will we appreciate them? The game of Newcastle ended and we slated them. You remember that very well. We had a very, 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 very annoying show that we really had lots of slates thrown to them. Today, kudos to the boys. Let them train tomorrow, Thursday, and on Saturday, let them get ready for Everton that really played yesterday. Everton played on Monday against Tottenham Hotspur and they held them on a draw. And I think Everton is a team that we can really go ahead and really go past. I want us to really win that game because we win it. Casemiro returns. I think out of the 9 games that would have gone ahead to be left with to end our season, we can win like 7. We can win like 7 of those because if Casemiro is there, obviously positivity of winning just goes ahead to accumulate more and more at the club of Manchester United. Now, we are having John Manda. We have won the game, and I believe on Saturday we will win another Man United for life. Yeah, because Brentford is a more tricky side than Everton, but you just have to respect every opponent. The tactics maybe Ten Hag has used today are not the ones we're going to use when you're taking on a side known as Everton on Saturday. But it would be so much important for us to really beat Everton because it's the early Kickstarter and we give Newcastle some bit of pressure. Why? We win on Saturday. When is Newcastle playing? Let me see here. Newcastle. So, Newcastle is playing after our game. They are playing about Brentford, and I don't see Brentford losing 2 consecutive games. And I think it has been a boost for us to really get Brentford back to winning ways and really shock Newcastle on Saturday by beating them here at Old Trafford. They get a point at Old Trafford, they would have gone at their stadium knowing that, all right, we've gotten points off Manchester United. Why should we come out and really put in a shift? But after us playing at lunchtime on Saturday, it's going to be Brentford and Newcastle next. And I think these games that Newcastle are really having, I see them dropping some points. Today, they've won against West Ham. And let's wait and see on Saturday what is going to happen on Brentford. But on Sunday, I know we are winning. And Moanje Paul, great work they have done. All right. Yeah, they've done a very great work today. Then Sheikh Tijan Ka, hey bro, Anthony is selfish and I'm not happy about him. Today, I think to me, the only solution for Anthony is simple. Let's go to the preseason, Amad Diallo returns, Greenwood returns. Competition for that place is going to be immense. That's it. Competition for that place is going to be immense. And I think Amad Diallo or Greenwood will be doing things better than him. And Ten Hag will be telling him, obviously, if you don't do what Amad Diallo or Greenwood are doing, I'm going to take you off my pitch. So I think he's having a lot of luxury on him, and you get, because he's the only left-footed right winger that we have, and we don't have anyone. And we are waiting to see how we are going to deal with that into the summer. But Amad Diallo, I read a story yesterday coming in from Samuel Lucas that Ten Hag is really wanting to really integrate Amad Diallo into the team of Manchester United, and he wants to loan Elanga and Facundo Pellistri. That's it. So for Anthony, very selfish today, and he kept on doing the same mistakes. The only positive today he had, tracking back and defending very well. That's it. But whenever he got that ball in the final third, he couldn't really find a pass to the center forwards or to the other forwards that were really so much positioned into that half. And I want to see him really connect a lot with Delo. I saw very many times Delo running to the byline, and he couldn't release him, So I hate that. When I used to play football, I used to play as a left back, and every time you make that run and really run to the final third of the opponent, you really feel bad if at all you're not fed in by your teammate. You really feel bad, and I think I've seen Delo doing it a lot of being shunned by Anthony on several occasions, yet the chances were there for him to go all out and not get shunned and Anthony would have passed him in. Timothy Safa Abu, my brother, I'm watching you from Eastern Sierra Leone. You are from where? I'm from Kampala, Uganda. When do you usually go live? You and Mark Goldbridge are the best ever. All right, thank you very much for watching it through. Now, you know, I'm having tight weeks, but with effect from tomorrow, I want to start going live at around 16 hours. 16 hours, you know. My first video will always coming in through at lunchtime. Then 3 hours later, I want to be going live at around 4 p.m. That's it. That's when I should start going live according to me, because I don't want to go live late in the night. And I want to really schedule these videos very well, but time has not yet been my best ally. But I'm working on to that, guys. Don't really get scared. But tomorrow at 16 hours, I'll schedule a live video for like 30 minutes too. And then you guys, you'll see the notifications. And then we'll be going on to do the needful. Kamat Media, Man United to apply speed or raise, because when we play with the high-speed people suffer. Good game, lads. Sabitzer was classic. Sabitzer is really into that orbit of competing for the man of the match. That's it. He's played very well today. Sabitzer has put in an effort. The shift was really very much good. And I think he has played his best game for United ever since he came in through. And I expected it to happen around this time because he needed to get used to these players, the system. And I think he gives us a lot when he's played as a central attacking midfielder. Now, we are having HMK Uchihaha. We need some midfielders and the right back striker. He's a must. No, we just need a CDM. If we get a CDM, a Casemiro backup, we sign Sabitzer, we get a right-footed central defender and a centre forward, I think we are good to go. We are good to go because even our right backs and left backs are not really fed into a lot of balls to really deliver those crosses and obviously cutbacks that are really so much threatening. So even if you bring Reece James or Trent Alexander-Arnold, you put him in that team of Manchester United, he won't really deliver because the system of play does not really get us into a position of really getting those fullbacks, really getting those balls to be crossed in. I think we're having good right backs and good left backs. Malacia, Luke Shaw, you've seen it today. Luke Shaw was off. Malacia came in through. He put in the shift. Then then Dalot played very well today, you know. So we're having Dalot, we're having Bissaka. To me, I think those areas are really close. Though United is in talks with Frimpong and they want to offload Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But I think that must happen when you're having a lot of money to spend. Without money, I don't see that happening. But Anthony wasted many chances. How many shots was he having for the whole match? And how many was on target? And Rokani, what happened to Luke Shaw? I've just mentioned it. He got a hamstring injury and he was really taken off the field of play. That's why Malacia came on through. Most people thought that it's because he had really gotten a yellow card. But no, even Scott McTominay got a yellow card in the first half. But the manager kept him on until the 90th minute. So I think the reason was that. But for Anthony, he was abysmal tonight. And if I'm Erik ten Hag, I really do the needful and not start him against Everton. I need to penalize him not to start and obviously come off the bench to do what we want him to do. Smash the like button, guys. We are having 100 people watching in and only 21 have smashed the like button. I'm having Kamlegia Brand. Thanks to Manchester United FC. All right. Thank you. Cliff, we are back with great hopes. All right. That's nice. Then Uchihaha, another creative midfielder to challenge Bruno. I think we're having them. You know, Sabitzer can play to that position. Eriksson can play into that position. Donny Van Beek can play into that position. I think we only need to sign in a CDM, you get, who can do that role alongside Casemiro, and the rest will be okay. You get, I think the rest will be okay. And I think Erik ten Hag knows it better and better and better because Sabitzer is really very much creative. Eriksson is, Donny Van Beek is, so we just need to find these players fit. That's it. That's the only hurdle we have ahead of us to see to it that these players like Eriksson, who are really better at playing as central attack midfielders, are really played in those positions. And maybe Bruno is going to be played as a deep-lying midfielder like he played today. And Uchilala, Anthony and Rafinha, same type of players, wingers who are unable to beat the opponents. I think Rafinha is better than Anthony. Rafinha has showed us on several occasions that can really beat opponents. But Anthony is really a beast, you know. He gets the ball and then cuts back. That's what really annoys me about him. Now, let's go to the table and how it stands. Arsenal, 72 points. They've played one more game than us. Man City, 28, 64 points. Newcastle, 28 games, 53 points, 26 goal difference. Oh my God. United, 28 games played. We are having 53 points, but the goal difference is really 5. It's really nasty here and annoying. You get, on the day that we are just 5 goals minus. You get, when you get those who've scored 42 and those who've conceded 37. Oh my God. 37. Out of the 37, 29 have been conceded away from home. So we need to find our away defending formulas and formats into correction, because if we don't, then we might find ourselves not having goals left. But we are having 5 goals, goal difference, and Newcastle is having 26. But Newcastle is having a game against Arsenal. They're having a game against Tottenham Hotspur. So, and I think in their games, they're going to play away against Aston Villa and Brentford. They are dropping points. I see them dropping points. What we should be doing is simple. We should find ourselves in a position of really not really allowing them to come into play and obviously have our same points with us, because I don't see us really winning games with loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of. I don't see us really winning lots and lots and lots of games with lots of goals, you know, to catch up with Newcastle. And for Newcastle, they've shown us that they can erupt, you know. They went riot versus West Ham, and via us, against us, you've seen what they're going to hate to do. So when you look at this table, it just shows you where the battle is. You know, Liverpool, to me, the most scary team, is having 43 points. And for us, we are having 53. 10 points. 10 points clear. 10 points clear ahead of Manchester United. And that really puts us into a situation of really being comfortable ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool has to play Arsenal again, you know. They have to play Arsenal again, and they're going to have to drop some points against Man City and Chelsea. So I don't see them getting from this 43 points and coming to the top 4. To me, I believe top 4 is done. Liverpool aren't getting top 4 because Newcastle is not stopping. And there is even Spurs that is 50 points in total, and they're 7 points ahead of Liverpool. If Liverpool win their game they have in hand, they'll be at 46 points, 4 points behind Tottenham Hotspur. And there is even Brighton. Look at Brighton, guys. It's having 43 points. Sorry, Brighton is having 46 points, and Liverpool is having 46. Yet Brighton have a game in hand. They win it. They're at 46, and they're 6 points behind Liverpool. So Liverpool, to come to the top, to the fourth spot of the league, they need to go past Tottenham Hotspur, Brighton, and Aston Villa. That's it. And look at Brentford, 43 points behind Liverpool. 43 points tied with Liverpool. So it shows you how ugly. It's getting for a team known as Liverpool. And I think their top four battle is done. It's done. The moment they lost to Man City and drew with Chelsea yesterday, I just found that a game that really put a stop to the top 4. So, guys, today's win has really confirmed to me that we are going to the 4th spot. That's it. And Liverpool is playing Arsenal over the weekend, and I think Arsenal are going to go at Anfield, and they are going to get a result, whether a draw or a win. But I know Arsenal is getting a result at the Anfield Stadium. So I see it that way, and I don't see any way Liverpool is coming back to really force a win into that beautiful game of football and obviously get into the top 4 race. I believe Liverpool is out of the top 4 race. I'm sorry to say, Liverpool fans, but I think having beaten us 7, I think you lift your trophy of 7 up. That's it. So those shirts that you really printed, customized, branded, those trophies that you really have in your homes of 7 up, I think you'll celebrate onto that, sip onto that, and leave us to go into the Champions League and don't get the Champions League. And guys, there is even another positive of Liverpool not going to the Champions League, because there are players that we are interested in and Liverpool is interested in. Now, if they are not in the Champions League, can they convince these players to come in through? One, Jude Bellingham. Ten Hag is an admirer of Jude Bellingham. Two, Kim Min-jae. Ten Hag is chasing in for Kim Min-jae, and Liverpool also chasing in for Kim Min-jae. Caicedo is another one Liverpool interested in, and United are keeping tabs onto Caicedo. So there are very many players that we are interested in, and even Liverpool is interested in. So that means us being into what we call the Champions League will grant us a chance and obviously sign these players. You know, it also costed us Darwin Núñez, because we are not in the Champions League and Liverpool were into the Champions League, and Darwin Núñez opted to go to Liverpool. That's it. But if at all we are in the Champions League, I think we'd have gone ahead to really find ourselves in a better position of not really missing out on such signings. So I think the battle of Liverpool to go to the Champions League is done. And there is no way they are going to go into the Champions League. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. But Scott McTominay put in a shift today, guys, as I told you that if we lose this game of football and Scott McTominay doesn't play very well, Erik ten Hag will be the man to blame. But I think he played his cards right. He played very well, and he was at the epitome of that midfield. But I think the reason as to why it was like that, Brighton don't use the midfield a lot. They use the wide areas a lot, but we closed them down in every position, and they couldn't find themselves in a position of really coming in through to do the needful at Manchester United. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. That was my match preview. We've won, back to the top 4, Manchester United in there for you. On the weekend, we are playing Everton. Then on Thursday, Sevilla, back to the quarterfinals of the UEFA Europa League. And lastly, on Sunday, we are going to Wembley, returning to Wembley. We are Manchester United, and we're going to Wembley to play Brighton in the semi-final. And what a way to play that semi-final. You're having Eriksen back and Casemiro. And Eriksen is going to be back on the bench in the game of Everton. And obviously, he's really going to be making his return from that injury that saw him 2 months out. May the Almighty God bless you abundantly. A sign out for now. See you later, my lovely mates.